this week, I'm not bothering with these. I've finally made time to work on this one. Now, this has been sitting in the background for a long time now. I don't think I've actually really done anything with it for a couple of months. It's just been sitting under cover. But having clubfest in 2 weeks now, I think it is, there's some items I need to address. One of them being new brakes. I wanted to go something like a Willwood or something like that, but yeah, I don't have that sort of money at the moment. So I've just gone replacement rotors, pads, front wheel bearings and whatnot. And yeah, need a manual just in case. So yeah, there's a few other issues with this. Still having fuel pump wiring issues. Oh, there's all my tools. Just stuff like the springs missing in the door and it's just flopping around in the breeze. Just stuff like that. So I'll sort that out this weekend. I've made time for this, so hopefully it goes good. Yes, the first hurdle I've got is these studs. They are, they're Loctited in there. So I'll try and work those out because I need those to go into those there. So hopefully it's not too hard to get off. Actually, it was nowhere near as hard as I thought. They came out pretty easy. So no drums, I guess. So I'll start ripping these this caliper out. I'll get this rotor out and yeah, do the wheel bearings. Do the wheel bearings. I just need to check over all the suspension as well. Pretty much going to check over everything in the car. Better to be safe than sorry, I guess. Yeah. Well, lost the split pin, no big deal. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to replace those anyway. They're only a one-time deal. Got the rotor out. Yeah, she's pretty stuffed, to be honest. That's all good. Got replacement. That back wheel bearing, I don't know. She seems to be just moving around like crazy. So I don't know. This front bearing too seems a bit rough and it doesn't run as smooth as I would imagine it would. But no dramas. I've got replacements for it all anyway. Sweet as. Right, so I've got the sleeves pressed down in there. The back's actually all done now. So I'll grease this front bearing up wherever I've put it and get it in there, then get it back on the car. All right, got it all back on. I'll get another split pin for it tomorrow, but it's all spinning sweet as. Feels a lot better than before. So I'll go ahead and change these brake pads and then that's this side done. And I'll probably hit the other side tomorrow. Okay, new pads are in, all tightened up, everything's back in place. So that's where I'm gonna leave it for tonight. I'll do the other side tomorrow and start tackling the rest of it. Yep, fun time. So I got this side done. It's pretty much identical to the other side, piece of cake. Got it all jacked up in the air now. I've got all the brakes exposed. I'm gonna try and swap all this brake fluid out, get some clean brake fluid in the lines. So I'll go ahead and start draining this out and swapping it over. Looking at that brake fluid is definitely old and crusty and dark and whatever. So it's probably got moisture and whatnot in it. So the whole system's been flushed now. All new brake fluid. So that's good. It's all been bled. So should be sweet. Probably tomorrow now. Can't be bothered doing it now. I'm going to get under there and check all those fuel lines, the fuel pumps. I've got wiring to sort out, like down in there, and behind the switch panel there. Hopefully I can get that all squared away and look at that door. Yeah, so I'll keep going. I can't even explain to you how hard that was to get in there. It took me about 40 odd minutes. I've scratched the living shit out of everything. Had to use like screwdrivers and whatnot to try and wedge it into one side and get it into the other. What an absolute dog. Next time I might just leave it. So just been under here checking all these lines. They're all pretty good. Where the hell is that coming from? Interesting. Anyway, this is the issue I've been having with this car. Is these are just push lock on, and half the time when it's driving, this will actually just fall off, which is a real pain in the ass. But they seem to be fairly tight at the moment. But yeah, I just need to figure out what the hell all this is. Pretty lucky, because when I was checking that fuel pump out, I had a look at my line. Got a missing drive shaft bolt. So don't know how that happened or when that happened, but just slap another one in there. That oil that was on there was from the back of my gearbox. I replaced the rear seal about 6 months ago, so that was just oil that was left over. So that's all good. Okay, so brakes are all done. Fuel pump's been checked over. Drive shaft bolts, I had 3 of them were loose and 1 was gone. So I've replaced all of those. I'll keep an eye on that for sure. That's about all I'm going to do for tonight. That door's fixed too, I forgot to say that. So tomorrow I'll just be check that all my gauges are working, check that all the electronics in the dash are working and the Microtech's working, and then put it back on the ground and take it for a hoon. Cool, see you tomorrow. So it's the next day. It's very, very late in the day. I couldn't be bothered this morning. Thought I'd just chill with the family instead. But I've got the car back on the ground on the front only because I do have a brake bias in this car that I want to rewire into my switch panel. Where is it? This bad boy right here. So I want to rewire that in. So I just want to check to see if it's working. But battery's back in the car. Just need to go check Okay, those are all working. I'll just see if that fuel pressure one's my biggest concern. So if I turn the fuel pump on, sweet. That's all I'm worried about. Awesome. So now I'm going to try and, this was the switch for the brake bias, I'm going to try and rewire it into this one, because that's my fans, that's another fuel pump, that's the main fuel pump. So this one doesn't do anything at the moment, so I'll hook the brake bias to that. It's a freaking mess behind there, but I'm pretty sure I found the wiring for it, and I've plugged it into that last switch. So just got to get someone to give me a hand to test it out. So she's all back together now. I believe I've got that brake bias working. Seems to be doing what it's supposed to, so that's all good. So I'll let it warm up and then take it for a drive. Alright, job done. Everything seemed to work well. The brakes are a million times better. They hold really, really well, and you can actually seriously feel them really good. All the gauges are working fine, as they should. Fuel pumps, there's no issues with those. And the brake bias is working, so I'm happy with that. I reckon she's all ready for clubfest. Just needs a clean up now. I'll get the kids to do it. I can't be bothered. So yeah, see you at clubfest, I guess. Thank you for watching. You're doing a great job.